Hey guys, Reckless Rush here, and today we have a big announcement. So the giveaway just finished, and I also just finished sending out emails to the two winners of the giveaway. So make sure you all check your emails, and if you're one of the two names listed on the screen, send me an email back as soon as you can so we can get you your $10 USD gift card as soon as possible. Okay, there is a small waiting process where we have to be on each other's friends list for 3 days. Afterwards, I can send out the gift card directly to you. So make sure you get that done and enjoy the video. It seems like quite a few of you actually enjoyed when I rewatched one of Vault10's games and I was giving away all my, in a sense, coaching of what I would have done better. So today we have actually a different person who recorded their game, and this person is actually evεℓүi. So evεℓүi's actually a well-known Stormbound player, specifically who pretty much mains the Reckless Rush deck, and I would consider them one of the higher end, like higher ranked Reckless Rush players. So I remember I actually watched some of her gameplay from in the past, and that's when I actually started like giving her all the tips that I knew of. And from there, she definitely did improve quite a bit. So I'm actually interested to see what I have in store today, because this is a relatively new game and I haven't watched it yet. So we're going to watch it together. Again, like I said, there's only some couple things. Most of the plays that I like recommend her to do differently are like kind of like debatable plays, because most of her plays are pretty on point on what I would do. So this is she's really close to diamond. I believe she can get diamond this season, if I'm being honest. So let's see what's up. So the just what we see here, we can see that there's a 4 mana. So enemy started first, freebooters, and it's an ironclad deck. So a little interesting. You don't really see freebooters on an ironclad deck. Here it really looks like some kind of 2 mana. Ooh, really? Okay, I wouldn't actually have cycled that. I actually would have cycled, but depends on the levels. I don't really know the full levels here, but I actually would have kept head start and I would have played Saber Pause here. Like Saber Pause head start is the better play given this hand. So if you do want to cycle, you want to cycle something else. Like Restless Goats would have made more sense here. I don't really agree with the Lawless head start cycle here. But I mean, now you can Shady Ghoul summon Militia. Okay, this is interesting. This is a double. This is going to be this is technically a Trinity opener, and it is actually correct placement by pressuring on left side, but I prefer the head start play here. Even if it lands in front on this column here on the left hand side, you still get, whoa, that's crazy opener. Freebooters into sound drivers. Okay, so she's actually behind quite a bit here. Like, they opened their board really early, and you can see, okay, yeah, see, there you go, the Forgotten Cycle. I definitely would actually go for the Forgotten Cycle, but yeah, you're already going to take 4 damage here, and you already took the 2 damage from Restless, so you're definitely quite a bit behind here. You're going to be at 8 next turn. Shady Ghoul into base. This play actually does make sense, but this plays terribly into Void Surgers, Victors, Bladestorm. That's like a big problem. I can see why she didn't want to play Devastators here. Clearly is because if you Devastators, you can lose that quite a bit. And yeah, this is what I mean. Like, this plays pretty badly into this. Let me go back a bit. 4 damage. So right here, this is what I mean. Like right here, since it does 4 damage, like, you wouldn't know this, but generally when you play Shady Ghoul, like, you don't want it to self-proc. The only time you want it to self-proc is when you're already like when you're really rushing for damage. But in this board, there's not really, I wouldn't say this is like a major threat. You still have a few turns left. So Shady Ghoul into base was questionable. It did bounce to the right, which is also interesting because then you have the opening here. But like I said, this plays terribly into Void Surgers, and this was before the nerfed Void Surgers. Even with the nerfed Void Surgers, this would still destroy your whole front line. This is looking like a loss, if I'm being honest. Just a little unfortunate, but... And she's running HV. I don't really like HV in this deck. because you're kind of you're conditioning yourself to play defensively by doing that. Interesting. I mean, here kind of makes sense. You're just you're blocking the enemy. Yeah, you're blocking the enemy. You're guaranteeing you keep this front line here because the gifted will attack forward. Otherwise, yeah, this gives a loss if I'm being honest. Like right here, you get this down. You're already so disadvantaged. So you can play Devastators, I guess. Okay, so if you play like this, that means you're obviously aiming for a Devastator Forgotten Souls. Lethal. I mean, okay, you can still win. You can still win, but it's very hard. It is very hard. Yeah, if I'm being honest, I would have already conceded. Oh, yeah, this looks ugly. You can still win though. Still win. Interestingly enough. You can even get a really disgusting Forgotten Souls here. I don't know if they run... So this is disgusting. I don't know. That's actually so interesting. She's actually gonna win. It's actually so funny. She's actually going to win this game. Okay. No, she's not. Yeah. Yeah. That sucks. So, if we take a quick overview of what actually happened, turn 1, I don't actually agree with that play. I don't even know what the level is. It looks like a, what is that, level 3 maybe? I don't agree with that play. You definitely want to that would have been like the most valued Trinity opener in a way, because you still get the, well, it's not a Trinity opener, it's a semi-Trinity opener, but it's the most valued because you get strongest bodies on the board at that time. And I mean, this sound driver opening was kind of interesting because if this was a really aggressive deck, like not an Embers deck. Embers is technically a pretty aggressive card though. So if they had like Embers next turn, for example, they just would have won, I'd say. But even so, like Void Surgers here, it's kind of interesting to know that the Void Surgers play destroyed the board and she was still somehow surviving, even though with this like heavy disadvantage state, able to survive for so long. Like, it's kind of crazy to think that. But then yeah, the Void Surgers came out again. Oh, Hysteria into Void Surgers. Yeah, okay, the only way I would have seen her winning this game, I think, is the opener was messy, and also this play here was a little messy. You definitely, like, you could have just kept the Shady Ghoul alive, or you could have even went for just value Devastators into like prototypes behind it, and then pretty much just force the enemy into defending that, and then you can actually push back their front line for next turn, something like that, because this unit will move in, and then you can just like maybe then pretty much, yeah, this unit moves in, and if you like apply really heavy pressure here, which she did, but differently, then it resets their front line as well. So that actually sucks. Let's go into game 2. Let's just go into game 2. It's actually interesting that she almost won though, because if I'm being honest, I tend to concede my games pretty early just because I like quick games, and once you lose so much value, it's almost like the game's over. At least that's how it was when my card levels were really, really low. Now, obviously, it's a little different, but because my card levels are kind of inflated for the rank I'm in, because I don't play that often. But before, when I was technically my rank was inflated relative to my card levels. So I already knew the late game doesn't last. So this is a nice Trinity opener here. You are looking for Gifted Doppel next turn. This is also against Shadowfen, so they dropped that. I would just Gifted Doppel here. If you get something better, I really didn't draw anything better. The Summon Militia cycle here is correct as well. You don't really want that in your hand. You're looking for a potion play next turn. So you just Gifted top left, Doppel top right. It's kind of play I would make. Yeah, Gifted top left, Doppel top right. I would have done it the different order though. I value Gifted more than Doppel in this game, especially against Shadowfen, where they have a lot of like surrounding damage cards. So you generally don't want to have too many units on board at the same time. So it's better always to have like one stronger unit body, even though that's not always true. I like to keep it that way. So I think Doppel wouldn't have been as valued in this game. You definitely want to gift it first. Siege Breaker. So they're already at a pretty behind here, but your hand is looking kind of ugly. You need to cycle Forgotten Souls. I'm more than sure she will do that. Yep. And oh, a Devastator's play. So this is a little risky. You can Devastators here. I think I would have went Restless Potion here though. Restless top left potion. See, this is why it kind of sucks because pre-nerfed Void Surger still kills this. Like, that's kind of annoying how you can just have 2 units and Void Surger just kills. Marcus Prey. So even the Restless Potion wouldn't have cut it. This is interesting because this HV is probably going to get pulled out here, but I don't really I don't like the HV play. I would just Shady Ghoul Restless or Shady Ghoul Potion. Okay, so yeah, you can still HV, and then this hit is a little unlucky. You want it to hit the most forward unit here. Okay, you don't trade there. Yeah, that would make more sense. You don't really have any. You see how, given this board, your Shady Ghoul actually can't live anywhere. So you actually throw it in, which makes sense. And this is actually correct as well. I'd like to point out she threw it in the center, so it ups the chances of it bouncing left and right. It has a 66% chance to land sideways and 33% chance to land backwards. That's actually correct because you want to push in this way. This kind of sucks. Like, again, this is Shadowfen is so messy because you can lose to so much, witches, Void Surgers, HV, like whatever you want. You can lose to that. It doesn't even matter actually. It's 7 mana. They can just use like gifted prototypes and your board's wiped again. Luckily, you still have this column here. Oh, Blood Ministers. Disgusting. That's rough. Okay, I would not play Restless here though. You have Saber Paws left, Doppel, Head Start. I guess that's like your best play now. So you'd cycle Restless first because you want to see if you have better options. Let's see if she catches it. Yeah. Oh, Head Start. I'm not sure. It's level 3. I'm not sure why. I wouldn't value Restless over Head Start, especially on this board. You already have enough movement. You just need to not lose it in a way. So that works. And Doppel here. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's actually a decent buff because now it's technically better than buffing here because then they would just hit it, and she's not running Hysteria in this deck. I'm pretty sure the Hysteria swapped out for HV. So this bounce is good because now it's just a 1 extra unit the enemy has to deal with, and it makes it harder to hit this 1 strength. Right now, like, you can see the way she's playing. She's just pushing for any damage she can. I don't even think like, oh my god, Feral. Oh, that's not a good card to run. That sucks for them. Oh my gosh, Crimson. Yeah, but see, even if it buffed the other one, it wouldn't even have mattered there, I believe. Because the buff would have went... Would it have mattered? Actually, it might have. 3 damage, and it buffed it. 3 health, 3 strength. Wow, so the buff on the Knight there would have kept it... No, because it wouldn't have been open. No, this would have been total 4 strength. Like 4 damage, sorry. The Crimson Sentry would do a total 4 damage, so it wouldn't have mattered actually. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, so on this board, Restless is valuable though. So that's kind of interesting. You can Restless left. It looks like I would Restless left, Shady Ghoul right, Pray it bounces up, and then you don't really have much here. So you have to cycle Summon Militia first. Hope she catches it. Yeah, she cycles it. Okay, HV. I don't like HV, if I'm being honest. Like, this is lucky, really lucky bounce here. 1 out of 3 chance. If it hit this, like, actually, if it hit this, you technically have an opening with the, but not really. Okay, this HV, yeah, I don't know. This was a lucky HV on this hit here, though. And you have to HV first before you play units, otherwise it's useless. See, I don't like self-proccing Shady Ghoul. Like, that's just a fact. I don't like it. And the fact that she keeps getting conditioned to do it is like pretty bad, which really sucks. Tucking it here, I'm not a fan of that either. I would actually just position it up, hit it here, hope it goes up. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this play. But I mean, one thing that's good to note about this is that she does have she's pretty healthy for the most part, so she can survive a couple more hits. Okay, let's see. Helio Troopers. So now they're just like, this is what I mean why I don't like this placement, because now they just hit it. But this is so bad because now they give the Shady Gold bounce up. There's an opening for up. If it bounces up, they just won the game. Oh my gosh, she actually won. It bounced up because of this. It's kind of funny because right here, the enemy misplayed. What the enemy should have done is Amber hides first, or even like the order, like just either both the order and I guess the card placement was wrong. That was the worst way the enemy could have played it. They could have played Helio Troopers on this tile here, hit the Shady Ghoul, it forces it down, and then use Amber Hides, which would kill the Helio Troopers and then, you know, take over this. But even better, the better play would have been like Amber Hides first. Amber Hides first on either of these two tiles, and then Helio Troopers on either of these two tiles, and then you're safe. You pretty much win the game. Like, you don't win the game, but you don't lose the game like this. This was the worst way that we could have played it. They effectively gave the Shady Ghoul 2 more movement. It bounces up, and then at the start of their turn, it moves up again, and that's GG. So that was misplay on the Shadow Fen, and I guess nice game. Yeah, I'm not a fan of HV though. I mean, I guess it worked out, but like I said, explain to me how that's even like kind of worth it. Like, I guess hitting this unit here was actually like, it didn't do anything. Hitting this unit and even hitting this unit doesn't matter in this HV because you can tank the damage anyways. So, like, it doesn't change the board. Your play is still the same and the board technically is still the same. Yeah, pretty much the board would technically still the same even if the enemy did it the same order and everything. Let's see the other HV. I don't remember. Probably took place somewhere here. This HV, does it do anything? You're wasting 2 mana. And this kind of board, it's kind of interesting. If her, I don't remember her levels too well, but I think Shady Ghoul center left is also debatable. Like right here, you keep the Shady Ghoul here, green prototypes up on this, and then you force the enemy to attack there. But what's bad about this is that even if the Shady Ghoul moves up, like, you still don't have top right priority, which kind of sucks. All in all, decent. I think there was quite a few misplays in terms of like this game kind of sucked, if I'm being honest, but it's not like her fault. It's just the Void Surgers was a really hard hit on Reckless Rush decks in the meta. Now that it's been nerfed, like, this still would lose to Void Surgers. So you need to always pay attention to that. Don't use Shady Ghoul into the base like this. I don't really like this play. Shady Ghoul right here on this tile, green prototypes behind it, summon Militia. Like, that's fine. You're at least safe for the turn because the Shady Ghoul is keeping your front line. Yeah, that's about it for the video. And hope you guys enjoyed. Again, giveaway's over. So if you're one of the winners, just make sure you reply to me with an email, and then we can get your gift card awarded to you. Okay, bye, have a great day, peace.